And on your hands and your knees, spread your fingers wide. And press the space between the root of your fingers down. So these are like little frog webbings. Press it down towards the floor. We're just going to start by rocking lightly from side to side, shifting the weight. Your baby finger, your thumb, baby finger. And feeling the weight shifting in your wrists as well. Maybe even drawing circles with your whole chest coming all the way back, all the way to the side, all the way forward. And the opposite side. And from here, press down and lift the back of your heart. It feels as though you're trying to spread the skin between your shoulder blade. The skin that's around the spine starting to go outwards through your outer shoulder, outer arm, outer elbow, down into your baby finger. So you're spreading it wide. Draw your belly in. And we just move our hips a little bit. Tuck your left toes and bring your right knee in towards your right armpit. Keep your belly hugged in. Keep your shoulders exactly where they are. Bring your right knee out to the right side as possible. And from here, lifting it up and back behind you without dipping your lower back. And from here, bring it in, right armpit. Knee out to the right side, squeeze your outer bum. From here, lift the foot, squeeze your back bum, press the back of your foot up into the sky. And just one more like that. Cool. And placing your right knee back down and switch. Left knee in your left armpit. Stabilize your shoulders. Knee out to the left. Squeeze your butt and lift. Armpit. Out. And lift up. It's like a tail. And just the last one. Armpit. Out to the side. And back and up. And lower this knee back down. And just a little rock in the hips from side to side, maybe leaning back, giving less weight in your wrists, your shoulders. And we begin to move a little bit. As you inhale, drop your stomach, lift your chest, lift your head high. And staying here, hug your stomach in. A little movement in the shoulder, lift your shoulder up towards your face, making your neck short. And keep lifting it into the sky and reach your heart forward so your shoulder descending back towards your buttock. Maybe even lift your chin, open up your front body. Nice. And from here, press baby fingers, spread the back of your heart, lift your stomach, your ribs, and drop your head and your tail. And the opposite, dropping your stomach, keep belly lifted. Reach your shoulder up and back while you lengthen the spine, your chin, front body, your stomach. And pressing baby finger around the back. Now from here, rounding your back. Drop your tail, drop your head one more time. Stay there. Keep your belly as rounded as you can. Slowly release your stomach, your thigh forward. When your stomach starts to touch down to the floor, bend your elbows, reach your heart forward into a tiny little cobra as you lower down. Press your hands down to lift your shoulder, lift your chest, squeeze your elbows behind your back. Cobra, toes back. And to come out, press your baby finger, outer side of the arm down. And begin to lift your chest, round your upper back, look down, stomach, round your middle back. Draw your belly in, round your lower back. Keep your belly hollow as you bring your hips towards your feet. And just one more like that, inhale, coming up. Keep your back rounding. And exhale, keep your back as lifted, rounding as you can. Slowly unravel. Bend your elbows, release your chest forward. Mini cobra as you lower down. A tiny little higher cobra as you come up, but press your baby finger Lift the back of your heart, look down, lift your ribs, stomach. Keep all that as you bring your hips towards the feet. Great. Now from here, finding yourself in your all-fours again, walk your hands a tiny further forward. Once again, press the outer side of the arm, baby fingers, spread the back of your heart. Tuck your toe and lift your knees just maybe 2 centimeters off of the floor. Noticing the difference between if you drop your head, drop your shoulder, versus if you press actively down, lift the back of your head into the sky. Maybe a bit more length that happens in your back body. Last breath. Lower the knees back down, drop your stomach, reach your heart, lengthen as you inhale. Round the back, press your baby fingers in as you exhale. Inhale, finding yourself in the middle. And exhale, press outer arms, spread shoulders, lift your knees one more time. This time, keep that, push your arms even more, float, and feel your armpit, the outer shoulder starting to spread. Keep that as you slowly bring your hips back. You are not coming into downward facing dog just yet, somewhere close. Maybe feel your belly touching down to your thigh. Can you push your arms even more and feel your shoulders lifting away from the hips? And from here, looking down as you slowly lift your butt cheek, straighten your leg-ish. It's almost like we're a big cat, like a leopard stretching. And slowly sinking your heels to the direction of the floor. They don't have to touch. Press your left foot as you inhale, floating your right leg back and up. And keep a feeling that you're hugging your legs towards one another still. Noticing if your leg is going out, what happens to your left hip? Can you push your left butt cheek back behind you? It feels as though that helps you lengthen both sides of the body. Take one more inhale, lift the leg even higher. Next up, bend the knee. And slowly as you come forward, shoulder above the wrist. Noticing if your hip is open, can you close it? And from here, point your right knee out to the right side. From here, flex the foot and slowly kick the foot out to the right. Ooh. And a big step forward to the outside of your right hand. Your toes pointing to about 1 o'clock. Hands on the inner side of the foot. We're just going to rock lightly forward and back. And try not to drop your back knee too much. Squeeze and lift and squeeze your legs to lift your hips higher as you do. From here, walk your hands forward and wider in your toilet paper hand. Take an inhale, squeeze your legs and lengthen the spine. Next up, bend your elbows and dip your chest. One more inhale, lengthen, squeeze your leg long, spine long. Next up, bending the elbow and dip your chest. And from here, lower your left knee down and walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Hug your legs towards one another as you feel a little bit of integrity, a little bit of structure. From here, left hand walk it out, pointing away from yourself. Bend your elbows and roll your shoulder out so it feels as though you're broadening the front of the chest. From here, lift your right arm up. Notice the difference between if you sink your hip completely versus if you hug your legs towards the middle. It feels a little bit more strong. Lift your right arm up, maybe even reach back. Option to stay or bang the back foot and grab the toes. If you're grabbing the back foot, squeeze your legs towards one another. Move your hip to touch your heel for a second. Keep it close. Keep drawing your left knee forward and sink your hip. Instead of letting your chest dip forward, lift your spine, open your heart, maybe even look back to your left toes. And 2 breaths more like this. And slowly releasing the back foot, fingertips down. Walking your hands back underneath the shoulders. And this time, tuck your left toe, lift the knee. And we're going to try just to bend the elbows more. Can we dig a shoulder behind the right knee? And we're just going to rock a little, whether or not you're completely behind it. Ooh. Now, Hands underneath the shoulders. Lift your hips a little higher. And from here, lean forward, step onto the outer side of the foot, squeeze your bum, and float your left leg up and back behind you. And working on trying to push your right hip away from you and squeezing the outer side of the hip, the leg, and the whole ankle. So it feels as though your knee is pushing towards the right side. And from here, stepping your left foot to the edge of the mat. Bend your knees in a little squat. Press your palms together and roll your shoulders back and down. And just 2 breaths right here. Using it as a resting position. As we're staying here for 2 more breaths, as you inhale, breathe all the way to the bottom of your pelvis. And exhale, draw your stomach in, press all the air out. And lift your pelvic floor. Imagine you need to hold your pee in. As you inhale slowly, releasing your pelvic floor, fill up your lungs, fill up your whole pelvis. And exhale, pressing the air out, stomach in. Towards the bottom, lift your pelvic floor. And from here, releasing your hands, lift your hips, and point your toes forward. Heels can be hip width or together. Soften your knees as you fold. And lift your toes, lean backwards, bend your knees softly, and slowly roll up. Lifting your stomach so much your stomach is no longer touching your thigh. It's almost as if you're trying to press your back body into a wall behind you. Rolling meticulously, slowly, thoroughly. As you slowly come into a standing position. Close your eyes for a moment, just letting your awareness to arrive in your feet, that weight, the shift. And also the shift in energy as we come from further down to a stand, from a sitting position to a more active position. As you inhale, reach your arms back, out and up. And feel your shoulders as you lift and look up. And exhale, hands together through the chest. Soften your knees as you fold. Stomach towards your thigh, fingertips towards the floor. Inhale, press the ground and reach your spine forward. And exhale, stomach in and fold. Relax the neck. This time, inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, press your hands and step back. High plank for a little moment. Same thing, soften your elbows, press the other arm, lift the back of your heart, squeeze your butt, squeeze your belly in. And from here, come as far forward in your tiptoes as you can. Lower your knees if you have to. Otherwise, keep drawing your stomach in. It's almost like you're trying to round the lower back. Push the floor as you slowly lower down. As slowly as you can to the floor. Toes back behind you. Shoulder lifted, squeeze your shoulder blade, top inner corner together, bottom inner corner, shoulder blade together. It feels like your elbow is trying to descend and touch behind your waist. From here, as you inhale, lift your chin forward and up. Front throat, ribs, your chest opening. And exhale, slowly lengthening forward as you lower. This time, bring your hands out to the other side of the mat. Lift your elbows, toilet paper hands. As you inhale, lift your chest, just the chest, off of the floor. Can you make sure your bottom rib is still touching down on the ground for now? And take one more inhale, lifting your head longer, high up. And exhale, right shoulder down towards the ground and turning your face to the left. Little twist. Inhale, lifting up into the center. And exhale, left shoulder down, looking to the right. One more on each side. Inhale. And then exhale, left. And inhale. And exhale right. And from here, finding yourself inhale center. And exhale, forehead down, hands spreading at the side of your ribs. Get ready for a second. Tuck your toes, draw your belly in. Press down and lift up into high plank as you inhale. Lift your stomach super high. And exhale, tilt your pelvis. Reach back. Reaching your shoulders away from your hips as you find downward facing dog. 2 breaths to set it in. Inhale to your lower back. Belly in as you breathe out. Last one. Press your right foot down and float your left leg up, keeping the hug between the legs. Next up, bend the left knee, shoulder coming forward, and bring and point your left knee out to the left side. Noticing the difference between you lift your hips. If you keep your hips close, but lift just the knee, it's your bum that's working more. Flex the left foot and kick your left foot out. Ooh, feel the burn. And slowly big step forward, the other side of the left hand. This toe is going to point towards 11 o'clock on the clock now. Keeping your back knee lifted. We're just going to rock a few times to start with. And keep pressing through the ball of your left foot. Hands forward and wider, toilet paper hands. Squeeze your leg, lift your hips forward and up higher. Take inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bend your elbows and dip your chest. One more inhale, forward lengthen. And exhale, dipping through the spine. From here, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hands down, lower right knee to the floor. And keep the integrity, lifting your legs towards one another. Right hand walking, fingertips point out. Roll so that you open the front of the shoulders. Left arm up. Squeeze your legs to lift longer. And reach back and squeeze your shoulder blade towards one another. Stay or bend the back of the leg. Grab the toes, foot. If you're grabbing it, bring your hips back to touch. Squeeze your legs towards one another, pulling this right knee against the mat forward energetically to the front of the mat. And maybe sink a little bit more. Noticing where your chest is. Can you keep opening the chest and maybe look up? And just last breath here. And slowly releasing the foot. Bringing your hands down. Once again, squeeze your back leg, lift the knee. Moving in and out of the hips for a moment. Before you slowly finding your weight shifting forward, push your left knee out. Feel your bum working. And float your right leg up. And keep feeling like you're pushing your left knee out and squeeze your outer left thigh. And step. Front of the mat. Take inhale, lengthen the spine. Next, bend the knees and squat. And 2 more breaths. And once again, as you inhale, breath all the way. Imagine you're filling up the whole chest all the way towards the openness of your pelvis. As you exhale, lift your pelvic floor. Squeeze. Imagine the muscles in your bottom lifting together and upwards. Press your stomach in and breathe out. Inhale, breathing the whole way down. And exhale, lifting your pelvic floor as you squeeze your stomach in. Breathe out. This time, your hands down. Lift the hips one more time. Toes pointing forward. And this time, walk your feet towards one another. Squeeze your inner thigh, inner legs towards one another, and slowly bend your knees to sit. Notice the difference between sitting far forward, feel your ankles, where you feel that, your shins, your leg, versus if you move further back and feel maybe your thigh, your hips working more. We want that. From here, draw your stomach in, so your stomach feels lifting away from the thigh. And lift your arms to the side of your face. Looking forward, inhale. Exhale, palms together, lift the chest. And hooking the elbows on the outside of the right knee. Noticing if you're starting to shift the weight, can you move, pull your left hip back, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Take inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Next, press your hands together and maybe twisting. Even as your hand is doing the twist, can you draw your right shoulder back? It feels like your shoulder blades squeezing towards one another behind you. Active part of the twist. Last breath. And slowly from keeping sitting low, arms forward and up, inhale. And exhale, twisting to the left side. Draw your right hip back, squeeze your thighs. Reach your spine forward as you inhale. And use your exhale to twist. Once again, squeeze your shoulder blade towards one another behind you. That helps you turn the chest. And slowly reaching your arms forward and up. Inhale, keep your knees low, knees bend, hips low. Exhale, hands down, lift the hips this time. Relax your skull. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Next, I'll walk back. High plank one more time. Super rounded high plank. Draw your belly in. Press your back up into the sky. Now bring your knees far forward. Your whole chest far forward. Press the floor as you low. Slowly. To the floor. Rolling in your shoulders, you inhale, lift your spine, lift your chest, lift your heart. And exhale, releasing down. Hands underneath your forehead for a moment. And from here, hands either side of your ribs. Tuck your toes. Roll your shoulders back behind you. Draw your belly in as you press up. High plank inhale. And exhale, tilt your pelvis. Downward facing dog. Now from here, walk your hands further forward, about halfway. And walk them wider. Not quite in a squatting position, but a tiny bit wider than your feet together. Walking your hands back. And from here, grab your right hand on the outside of your left leg. It can be ankle, it can be shin, it can be further up. Left arm over top to the opposite ankle, shin, or leg. Relax your neck, give it a little shake. Take an inhale right here. And exhale, pull your arms back towards the back of your heart. Feel your heart starting to activate. And it's time to spin. Pull your right arm more, turning your chest, and open your left elbow away from your face. Noticing as your left hip comes forward, can you draw your left hip behind you more? And slowly releasing. Now your spine to relax. Your face to drop. Opposite side. Right hand on the other side of the ankle, shin, or leg. Right arm over top. Pull your arm, plug it into the back of your heart first. Lengthen, inhale. Next, exhale, opening and twisting. And slowly releasing yourself back. Hands down. Take an inhale, lengthen forward. And exhale, releasing. Now walk your legs a little further out. You're going to do something fun. Folding. And imagine you're trying to hook your right elbow underneath and behind your right shin. Now lift this right heel, press the palm down exactly where the heel was. Sit your bum back. So it feels like your butt is going to sit onto the back of your arm. And from here, the opposite hand is going to grab hold of the outer foot Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Take an inhale. And exhale, you're going to kick the foot forward. Maybe you're going to push your elbow arm back to turn your face. Open up. Left side. And to come back up, bend the knee again. Slowly lower the foot. And release the arm. And we'll do it to the other side. Bending both of your knees. Left elbow hooking behind the shin. Hands underneath where the foot was. Lift the heel and grab your left foot. Bend your knee back, squeeze your legs towards one another to find stability. Lengthen the spine forward. And slowly lifting the foot, kick. And maybe turning, rotating the chest to face the right side. And slowly from here, releasing. Bending your hands back down, lift the bum. And give your head a little turn. From here, lengthen the spine as you breathe in. And exhale, walking out. Downward facing dog. Lifting your right leg floated up, inhale. Exhale, right knee bend and bring it towards your right elbow. Point this toe further forward and floating down to a pigeon. Walking your left knee further back. And frame your legs towards one another, find that lift. Stay on your hands or elbows. If you're on the hands, stay there. If you're on the elbows, stay there. Press down, lift around your back no matter where you are. And squeeze your left knee to lift your left knee off of the floor. And from here, lift your hips higher and step your right toes back. So if you're on your hands, you'll end up on your high plank. Last breath here. And from here, lift your hips, walking your hands back into a downward facing dog. Your left leg float as you inhale. And exhale, knee towards your left elbow, toes pointing as far forward as you can. And floating down into your pigeon. Right leg was stepping back. Squeeze your legs towards one another and find that float. Stay high up or slowly lower down. Hands, elbows. And keep your legs drawn in just a touch towards one another. Once again, your choice on your hands or elbows. Press down round the back. Squeeze your legs to lift your hips and step the left toes back. So you're either in a dolphin plank or in a high plank. And slowly everybody lower onto your chest, your heart, your head, and your face. And for the Shavasana today, we're just going to turn over onto our backs. If it works with you, straighten your leg, rolling your shoulders down, just letting your whole back relax and soften. Alternatively, you can have pillows underneath your bent knee. It's a really wonderful way to find softness. Just staying here for a few minutes. Allow your face to soften. your body to become heavy. Feeling once again your jaw muscles to let go. The palate, the tongue, and the throat. Noticing your back body dropping heavier. Feeling the part of the body that's pressing down imprint bigger on the floor, the mat underneath you. Perhaps even soften your forehead, the eyebrows. And even the brain behind your forehead, the eyebrows. Stay enough so you feel completely new as you get up. But when you're ready, bending at the knees and roll, lying on the side for a moment. And take your time as you press yourself into a sitting position. And once again, sitting tall, leaning backwards slightly, finding your back body. I invite you to sit here with me in silence just for a minute or two. If you want to, you can do it with me. Bring your palms together in front of the chest. Our hands in front of the forehead to remind us of clear and loving thoughts. Hands in front of the heart, remind us of clear and loving intentions. And the hands in front of the mouth to remind us of clear and loving communications. And bring the hands back in front of the chest, lift the chest, and softly bow the head. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.